What I love about driving monster trucks is the crowds and the people and the places that you go and see all around the world. It's awesome fun, and to see the smile on everyone's faces at the end of the night. Of course, there's the element of the horsepower, big wheels, big motor. So our events take us all around the world. We've recently been over in China and performing there, and when we finish the show here on Saturday night, we'll pack up and head back there. We average about 15 to 20 shows a year, and all over Australia. We're in Perth today, and we started this summer tour over on the east coast down in New South Wales. So yeah, you get to travel about, and maybe it's a family entertainment show. That's the idea of it. Of course, it's for the kids. We put it on, we go big, they scream, everyone goes home happy. Yeah, we perform in all different type of environments. We're here at the beautiful Perth Motorplex here this weekend. Showgrounds and stadiums, football grounds, race courses, wherever we can get a safe zone and get a crowd in, we'll put a show on there. All our trucks are built in-house, and our whole fleet we've hand built from the ground up, and from the custom-made diffs all the way up through the chassis, the motor, everything, the fiberglass bodies that go over the top, yeah, all done in-house. Yeah, we're looking at 4.5 tonne of chaos. They're 4.5 metres high, 3.5 metres wide, four-wheel drive, four-wheel steer. In the back, we've got a 540 big block running methanol supercharged, putting out about 1,500 horsepower in through a huge 2-speed transmission. It goes down in through a drop box and then transfers out to the front and rear axle. The brakes are inboard brakes mounted on the tail shaft, and custom-made diff housings. We run a Rockwell Santa and the Clark forklift final drives in them. Electric over hydraulic steering. It's crazy up in there. There's a fair bit going on. Probably about 5 or 6 years, and just became involved through friends, and I come from a speedway background and racing speedway cars, and yeah, it just sort of evolved from there, come along to a few shows, and here we are today.
Alright, monster truckers, don't go anywhere, because straight after this I'm going to be going into the second part of the rundown with a detailed walk around. It's all in one episode. But I want to quickly make an announcement for you Queenslanders. I'm heading over there for the first time ever. I'm going to be attending the National Brisbane 4x4 Outdoor Show Fishing and Boating Expo. Now it's on the 27th to the 29th of March at the Brisbane Showgrounds. I'm going to be there, and I've got a special deal for you guys to snatch some stickets. Stickets? No, I've got a code. BNB20. Now that'll save you 20% off your tickets if you buy them online on the website. I'm going to drop a link down below so you can click on that and snatch them. Now I'm going to be there with the Built Not Board truck, and you can come down and sign the canopy. I've got a special competition happening as well. I'm not going to let that go too soon, but keep an eye out for that. I'll head down. I'm going to be on the stage daily. I'm going to be there with the merchandise, there with the truck. I'd love to meet you there, so we'll see you there in March. Now back to monster trucking. Let's get into it. And yes, I did take it for a drive. Oh my God. Okay, so let's face it, there's not many of these on planet Earth. They're so custom that there's nothing that compares, but these are an Australian built vehicle, and they pretty much start off as a tube chassis. So the whole frame, I think there's 12 at this particular event, and the whole fleet is all custom made in-house at the Monster Shop. So come a bit closer, what makes these things tick is basically the motor. They've got like huge horsepower, so I think it's 1,500 horsepower, and that comes through the big block. So it's a 540 big block, and it's running methanol with a top mount supercharger. So that's what puts out so much power. It also runs through a 2-speed power glide. So it's like a little short box, also custom made for this. And then it runs into kind of a few gears. They call it a drop box, and that splits the power to the front and rear. So when we're looking at diffs, first thing in there, the drive shaft's in a full cage. So basically, you know, these are a spectacular spectacle thing that the public want to watch basically. So safety is key. So everything's caged. The wheels can't come off, the drive shafts can't come out, so everything's got that safety in mind. There's actually a brake on the drive shafts as well. So the way these things stop, they've got rotors near where the yokes are on the diff. So that's near the pumpkin on the diff there because of the tires, they're so big. So full suspension setup, so it's a full, like, you can call it like a triangulated 4-link front and rear. They're pretty much a mirror of each other. Now the shocks, there's twin shocks on each corner. Now they're custom made as well. They're nitro shocks, so they're filled with gas, and they've got a remote reservoir in there as well. It looks like they've got 4 or 5 bypass tubes on there also. Now, massive, everything's just massive on these things. I've just noticed the sway bar here, so it's kind of a torsion bar setup. So that runs on the diffs there, and you know, the thing's still lean overheats, but that's how massive they are. These tires, 33 inch. You're thinking, what? 33 inch? That's small, but no, we're talking 33 inches from the rim to the top of the tire. So overall, they're about, I think, 1.4 meters high. So pretty massive. Yeah, then the whole truck's about 4.5 meters tall. I think they're about 3.5 wide. So big numbers here. On the rear, they've just got the fuel cell up there that holds the methanol. Behind that, there's the radiator and a whole lot of coolers, because the steering, it's actually got front and rear steering. Now they're run through hydraulic steer systems. So there's cooling for the hydraulic fluid, cooling for the radiator, for the motor, all that's tucked up in there. I don't know too much about this assembly. They were trying to explain it to me, but where the actual wheels go on, there's a whole diff assembly spacer kit. And pretty much if a wheel falls off, it's not gonna fall off in a way. Like, they can come disconnected from snapping an axle, a CV, something like that, but it has a retainer on there so the wheel can't fly off as well. Coming around the side, geez, I keep walking around this thing because I want to show you the different areas, but to be honest, I can see everything from underneath this car. I'm standing underneath the car, that's crazy. Anyway, so bodies, so because it's a tubular frame, they're all similar in a way. So the actual body is just made from the drags in the background, holy shit. Anyway, so the body, they're all interchangeable. So it's just a fiberglass. This is an F250, I think, with a canopy on the back. So they have different designs, something to look cool, you know. Again, I mentioned this is a public thing. So all the cars have remote shutoffs. So whenever they move around or operate, the person's always aware of what's going on. Because they're so big, when you're inside, you can't actually see what's around you. And you don't want to have someone standing near the wheel when they take off. The only last thing basically is to jump inside this thing and see what's going on in there. There's a whole lot of controls and everything. So let's jump in and have a look at the cockpit and then see if I can go for a sneaky little drive as well. All right, so we're inside this beast now. I'm not going to show you me crawling in. It wasn't very dignifying. So you pretty much come up through the floor, but once you're in here, it feels a bit better than I expected. It's not super crammed, but you feel safe. There's a lot of roll cages, all that going on. You've actually got perspex on the floor there, so you can see what's going on underneath you if these things get up into a wheelie or whatever they do out on the track. All your usual gauges for managing pressures and stuff like that. You got your rev counter, there's switches over here. So that's for your ignition starter. You've got your different pump switches, cooling, fuel, all that is shut off. Now, as I mentioned before, with that radio shut off, that's here too. So this module up here is linked into their radio system, so they can actually shut it off remotely. If there's an issue out on the track or whatever happens and it's, you know, jammed on, they can just cut the ignition. Normal shifter down the side here, so it's just the automatic with the 2-speed. Couple of pedals, so you got your throttle and your brake on the other side. Now this one's unique in a way. There's only a couple here like this where it's actually got 2 seats in the back, so they use this for taking kids for rides and stuff like that, and possibly me. Yeah, so that's in the back there. It's got a bit more space. That's why it's kind of got that bigger back end rather than the Ute style. Other than that, yeah, the rear steer's up here as well. So this throttle, this handle here, basically got the switch for the rear steer, so it's a simple left and right system. So when guys that want to use that, they pretty much would just drive with one hand, have that other hand on the rear steer to control that. So yeah, pretty sort of simple in a way. There's a lot of horsepower, but it's stripped down to be fairly basic. They get massive air, massive horsepower, heaps of noise, people love them. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this sort of rig rundown of this vehicle beast of a monster truck. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to sit in one of these again, but we'll see if we can have another one in the future. I want to see maybe when the American ones come here. They're a lot bigger, so it'd be cool to do one of them. So subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!
Whoa, Sam, we wanted to see you drive this thing. Yeah, look, they did let me drive it, but it was that loud I couldn't do much talking. So here's a little clip from start to finish of that experience. Probably the first and last time I'll ever get to do this.
that has been the rig rundown of the monster trucks here in Perth. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and hopefully I can sort of maybe find another one of these. You never know. I think the American ones did come here once upon a time, so if they come back again, hopefully we can do one on them, because they're a lot bigger than these ones. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace! I've just spent 3 months doing engine upgrades on my motor here, and I've been told I'm not allowed to turn the key until you press subscribe. Please press subscribe.